All right, we are working on a 2000 Ford Ranger XLT with the 4.0 V6. She's due for an oil change, so I'm going to try to keep this as simple and as basic as possible. This video will be more for people that maybe have never done it, young people that are just getting into maintenance on their own vehicles. We'll go through, we'll drain the oil, and we'll remove the filter, and the vehicle's setting level. Luckily with this Ranger being four-wheel drive, it sets up high enough so we can get right under it. I'll start with removing the oil cap just to vent when we remove the drain plug. So we'll remove that. It says here somewhere it's recommended 5W30. I don't see it now. I saw it a minute ago. Right there. 5W30. Yep. So we're gonna get after it. Okay, this is our oil drain plug here. I'm gonna try and get this pan as close to the middle as possible. So we'll spin this out. Hopefully not splash our camera. It's got an O-ring, and the O-ring stayed stuck to the oil pan, so we got to be careful we don't lose that. So hold on to it, spin it out, but hold pressure up on it. So hopefully you get it unthreaded, and then you can just do that. Just pull it right out. Now we'll let that drain completely, and the filter is right above it. I'll have to move the camera. You can see the filter. I guess you can't really. I can lean you back. The filter's right here. Maybe that light will help. So we'll just let that drain. Okay, she's pretty well done draining. We got our gasket on here still. So normally I would go ahead and remove the filter before putting the drain plug back in, but with the camera under here and the drain pan, I'm gonna wind up making a huge mess. So it is pretty wet with oil under here. We had a few oil leaks up top that we addressed, valve cover gaskets and whatnot. And now it's time to change the oil. All right, so the filter, we're gonna have to move the camera. Let's see if I can get to it. Okay, this is a problem. This filter is way too tight. Like, it shouldn't be that tight. So in this case, we're gonna have to get a tool to help us out. First, I'm gonna try this filter wrench. There's all sorts of, there's band wrenches, regular filter pliers like I got here. I can't really see. It shouldn't be this tight. This is a big no-no. Alright. We kind of got it moving. Hopefully you can see. Wow. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. It should never be this tight. A filter should never ever be this tight. Okay. It feels kind of weird. like something's wrong, but all right, we're gonna get a bunch of oil out of the filter. Hopefully we don't splash any on the camera. I hope everybody can see that. We're just spinning the filter off now. Try not to drop it. Oh, nice. So this is the thing. The threaded insert came off with the filter. So I wonder if it means it was the wrong filter. Okay. So this threaded insert normally doesn't come out. This is the first time I've had this happen in years. But now we got a feel for the hole. Hopefully it's not like broken or something. That'd be bad. So this will turn in there, hopefully. And stop. Okay. Now, the new filter that we have is bigger than the old filter was. And yet we're using a Fram filter. Let's see, everybody online, or every source I could find, recommended this filter on this motor. It's just way bigger. Okay, so we just spin it, and when we feel the gasket touch, we go about a half or a quarter turn. Right there. That's as tight as the filter needs to be. Our drain plug is tight. And our filter's tight now. So we'll set our old filter in here to drain. Now we'll come up top. The capacity on this is 5 quarts, so we have a 5-quart jug of high mileage synthetic blend. So we'll go ahead and add it here. It says 5 quarts total capacity with an oil and filter. I'm gonna stop just a little bit short, and then we'll check it and top it off. Once we start it, check for leaks, make sure we get oil pressure. All right, we'll stop just a hair short. I'd rather add a little bit to it than have it over full. The only way to get some out if it's over full is to pull the drain plug again. So we're gonna dip our funnel into our oil container. We'll put this on, maybe. Okay. Okay, so that's our oil pressure gauge right there. We're gonna fire the truck up, make sure we get oil pressure up. All right, we got good oil pressure. Let's check it for leaks. We got no leaks from the filter or the plug. So we'll go ahead and shut it down. We'll let that drain back into the oil pan, and we'll check and make sure we're in full. Our engine oil dipstick's right here, so we're gonna pull this out and we'll wipe it off. And let's see. Yep. Right below the hole By the time it finishes draining, it should be right at the top of the hash marks. So I won't bring it right up to the dot. We put 5 quarts in it, that's what the capacity is. And I'm sure some of it's still draining as we speak. We can even check it again. So we'll wipe it off with a rag. So now there's no oil on the stick. We'll dip it in and we'll pull it out. And yep, we're right there on full. Sometimes you'll get a little bit on it. You can flip it over and see that right there is full. We're on full. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's always better to come back and add just a little bit of oil versus overfilling it and having to drain it out. Overfilling your oil that's a problem. Don't do that. So just come back and add a little bit. You know, maybe a little bit stayed in the oil pan or something like that. It should all come out every time. It's just always been a habit of mine. If the capacity says 5 quarts, I'll put in like a little more than 4 3/4. Start it, build oil pressure, make sure there's no leaks from the filter or the drain plug, and then come back and top it off after that. So that completes the oil change on the 2000 Ford Ranger XLT 4.0. This is the pushrod engine. If you have a 2001 or newer with the overhead cam 4.0, things are probably going to be a little bit different. So we don't have a video on that yet. This is for your 4.0 pushrod, 2000 and older Ford Ranger, and just oil change information in general. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.